It's Thursday, December 5th, 2019, and this is the Pro and the Con Show, and I'm your host, Michael James Ott. Welcome to the show. As always, trying to encourage us to be better citizens, and especially during this show. We'll get to that in a moment. But we got to be more open to understanding things, okay? It takes some time, okay? The truth does not fit in 4 words on a bumper sticker, folks. And you know it doesn't, okay? So we have to get away from all this simpleton rhetoric kind of stuff where we label each other, and just by virtue, oh, you're a Democrat, I gotta hate you if I'm a Republican, or if you're a Republican, I gotta hate you if you're a Democrat. Socialist, fascist, all this kind of crap. Just stop it. Just stop it, okay? And the reason why you should stop it is because that is all, you're being manipulated. You are being manipulated by wealthy, powerful people who want to keep you polarized because it's easy to contain you, to stop you from doing what's right for yourself and for the rest of the people on this planet. Instead, you do what's right for them. Stop it. Now, the title of this show is called Legacy. By the way, Jerry Nadler is yesterday's show. Couldn't remember the chairman, I think a chairman of Judiciary Committee or something like that. Anyway, Jerry Nadler. So Jerry Nadler, 25 years ago, or whatever it was, during the Clinton impeachment, it has to be bipartisan. You should never, go forward with impeachment proceedings unless there's great agreement amongst both parties. And now, many years later, nope. The Democrats are going forward. The Republicans don't want them to, and here we go. Partisan, total, complete partisan bullshit. And you, please, 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 help us all do so much better. And we can do so much better. We can be so much better. Just, if you will take a moment to reflect on all of the problems that our two-party system, the two tribes, the two cults, and the fact that we're being manipulated into hating each other, and what that means to us on a regular basis, and why we can't move forward together, it's all because of that. And I call this show Legacy because I'm not only talking about, asking you to be a better citizen, but I want to maybe encourage you by asking you a simple question. What will be your legacy? So you're going to live whatever period of time on this planet, and then as you take your last breaths, how will people reflect upon what you have done? Will it have any meaning? Will you have just lived so that you could have a house and a car and, maybe raise a couple of kids? Is that it? Is that going to be your legacy? I think back to the Civil Rights Movement and Martin Luther King. And to this day, although they're quite old and there's not many of them left anymore, the people that were shoulder to shoulder with Martin Luther King and marched with him and supported that cause, to this day, they still are very proud of, and rightly so, in my view, of their efforts to do that. That is their legacy. They risked physical abuse, verbal abuse. They risked losing their jobs. They risked all kinds of things, step by step, because they knew that things could be better, that things should be better. And the only thing that was stopping them was their own inaction. So here we are in 2019, almost 2020. What will be your legacy? Well, I'll tell you, a very, very powerful legacy for all of us would be to be in this space and time, this generation or generations that said, we are going to declare a new Independence Day, not independence from an empire, run by the English king, but independence from our dependence on this old-fashioned, out of step with the times political party system. It's time to change. It's time to reject the old and bring in the new. And that can be our legacy, all of us. And how do we attain that legacy? How do we achieve it? Just like the civil rights movement, you do a lot of peaceful discussion in restaurants and libraries and coffee shops and delis and on the street. And you talk about the importance of being better, of doing better, and how we're going to get there. And the way we're going to get there is to get rid of the goddamn political parties. That's how we're going to get there. And you can have a physical piece of that legacy by talking about it. Talking to your family, talking to your friends, talking to your representatives in government. Ultimately, because the two political parties are so deeply ensconced in our way of thinking up until now, and the leaders certainly of those political parties, oh my God, they're going to hate this because we're going to strip them of all of their power and influence. Probably can't strip them of their wealth, whatever wealth they've accumulated up to this point, but we can strip them of all the future wealth that they're going to be garnering, but we for sure can return the power and the influence back to us, citizen statesmen. Okay? Citizen statesmen found by random selection of a larger pool and then evaluation in a very safe, standard, secure system where we look at people and we look at, here's the different jobs in the representation jobs in our government. And okay, these people have these educations, these work experiences, these references from friends and family members and coworkers, whatever, and on and on. Here's the information. And based on that information, you and I will just look at whatever we think is important in our leaders. Who do we want to follow? What's important in them? And we'll follow them. Okay? And we'll, vote for them, and they'll bubble up into the system, and we'll identify the best people to fill the different positions. And what is a good structure? Again, the structure is good. We need to do a better job filling the positions in the structure. And then miracles, relative to today, miracles will happen. Absolute miracles will happen. We will do so much better job reducing corruption and supporting people who need assistance, effectively and efficiently and cost effectively, and the list just goes on and on and on. And we're all going to be so much happier. We're all going to be so much happier when we aren't standing on opposite sides of the street screaming at each other and throwing bricks. So I ask you again, what will be your legacy? To live and die with nothing to show for it, basically? Or to live and make things better in a demonstrable way and have that as part of your legacy forevermore? For the Pro and Con Show for Thursday, December 5th, 2019, I'm Michael James Ott. Thanks for watching. Until the next show.